Dito po, pinagalitan na po ni Chis Escudero ang prosecution at naglabas na po siya ng statement regarding nga sa paglalabas ng mga statement after po na nangyaring hearing po ng impeachment. Dahil napapansin na nga po ng marami na ang prosecution po, ang hilig po nila maglabas ng press con nila after ng impeachment at nagbibigay po sila ng kanilang mga prediction, yung kanilang, kumbaga, parang minamanipula or minamind conditioning na nila yung sitwasyon sa impeachment at nagbibigay na po sila ng hindi magandang parang hatol ang pinalalabas nila rito na keso guilty na, nakita na kung paano kung paano ginamit sa hindi magandang pinagamitan yung confidential funds si VP Sara. So parang lumalabas subject for sub judice na yung ginagawa ng prosecution. Kaya dito ngayon tinuldukan na ni Chis Escudero itong puna ng marami sa ginagawa nga ng prosecution na right after ng impeachment hearing, naglalabas nga po ng kanya-kanyang mga opinion itong prosecution at ang ginagawa ay parang binabaliktad o minimislead na nga nila yung nangyayari sa impeachment court. So ito, panoorin po natin itong naging statement ni Presiding Officer Chis Escudero at ang kanyang naging warning dito sa prosecution team. So ito, panoorin po natin. Pero syempre, bago ang lahat, kung hindi ka pa nakapollow sa Makapili TV, baka naman pwedeng pakipindot po muna yung follow button. At the same time, palike and share na rin po ng video. Wala naman pong bayad dyan. Kaya pindot na sa ito, panoorin po natin.
Rule 18 does not, by its terms, cover outside observers or spokespersons who are not counsels of record. Such persons, however, remain subject, when applicable, to the rules on indirect contempt and if they are members of the bar, to the CIPRA rather. Counsel of record must litigate their respective causes before the court, not in the court of public opinion, through interviews, social media posts, or publicly generated, authorized, encouraged, or disseminated through surrogates. Counsel cannot have their cake and eat it too. They cannot invoke the authority of this court while simultaneously seeking to influence the proceedings through extrajudicial publicity. In fact, the chair has in its hands certain statements to cite as examples rather, without naming names, but you know who you are, who mentioned these quotes. Quote, hindi naman pinag-uusapan dito yung kontrata, pinag-uusapan dito yung banta. Yung banta, nakita nyo sa video, may nagbanta talaga at si Vice President yon, hindi ba? If this was...
So, sa unang example dito ni Presiding Officer Chis Escudero, alam na natin kung kanino nanggaling yung mga statement na yon. So, sa prosecution po yun nanggaling at hindi po sa defense team ni VP Sara. So, ito, sinasaway na dito ni Chis Escudero, although hindi niya binanggit kung kaninong partido o sino yung kung kaninong post yun, kanino yung nanggaling bunganga yung statement na yun. Pero for sure tayo, galing yun sa prosecution team kasi sila lang naman yung atat na atat lagi na tuwing matatapos yung impeachment hearing, lagi sila nagpe-press con at nagbibigay kagad sila ng kanilang opinion kung anong nangyari sa impeachment trial at sinasabi nila na parang sila na kagad ang nakapuntos. Kaya parang nangyari mind conditioning to. Kaya sinasaway na rito ni Chis Escudero dahil nga marami na nakakapansin dito sa prosecution team na parang lumalabag na doon sa sub-judice rule ng korte.
Was stated by a spokesperson or any third-party observer, it would not have been a problem. But this was stated by a counsel of record. Actually, more specifically, one of the counsels for the private prosecutors. Quote, the country witnessed what I have been saying all along. The complaint is not supported by evidence. An impeachment proceeding should be grounded on credible evidence, not speculation, manufactured narratives, or unsupported allegations. The rule of law depends on facts, not fiction. Quote, meron ba talagang kinausap na mamamatay tao? Meron ba talagang mamamatay tao? Napakaliwanag na ho sa sagot dyan. Meron. Ano ho ang prueba natin? Yung tinatawag na admission against interest ng Vice President. Again, to reiterate, if this was stated by any other party or person, not a member of the panel of prosecutors, not counsel for prosecutors, not the counsel for respondents, it would have been perfectly okay. But since this was stated by one of those covered by Rule 18, it is covered by Rule 18. Quote, since na-establish na namin yung hinahanap namin doon sa talagang testigo lamang, 3 testigo lamang, finorgo na namin yung ibang mga testigo, na-establish na namin ang gusto namin i-establish sa Article 4. Quote, itong mga bank records don't lie. Hindi na ito pwedeng maspin. Yan at sabihin gawa-gawa lang ng prosecution ng gobyerno. Itong mga usapin na ang explained wealth ng Vice President. Quote, it is clear that the Vice President had a direct hand on this. She signed off to it. No, not just the use, but the way it was liquidated. Quote, yun pong binabanggit ni Attorney Capona na scam. Yun pa rin ho yun. Pagtingin ho namin na inilantad ngayong araw po na ito, yung pagiging scam, iskandalo nitong confidential fund misuse. Quote, malinaw din na sinasabi niya na hindi kailangan sabihin pa na ginamit ito para sa personal na paggamit ng Vice President, itong confidential funds na ito. Dahil sabi nga niya, nakalagay na yan doon sa joint circular. Quote, siguro naman, it's plain for everybody to see yung conclusion, no? Yung conclusion na tama ba yung pinagamitan ng confidential fund? Hanggang kailan ba yung pagpipikit mata natin sa isang bagay na napakaklaro naman? Quote, to be fair, let's wait for their defense if they have any or their evidence. But so far as we are concerned, our position, you violated the public trust. Fraudulent liquidation, so you have violated the law. You already betrayed the people's trust. Quote, sa totoo lang po, yung testimonya ni Ms. Acosta na nagsasabing si Pangalawang Pangulo Duterte mismo ang nagbigay ng utos na ibigay ang 125 kay Colonel Lachica. Sapat na ho yun doon sa pagpapakita ng maling paggamit ng confidential fund. Quote, to us, it's a scam that was masterminded by the Vice President. Again, these are statements that may be said by any third party, but certainly not by any of the counsel for the parties. I would like to give credit where credit is due as well. There are some counsel for the parties who have been very circumspect with their statements. And you also know who you are. After hearing these examples, no person covered by Rule 18 may reasonably claim uncertainty as to where the line is drawn. The statements read into the record are illustrative, not exhaustive. They are cited not to punish past conduct, but to give clear and fair warning of the standard that shall govern henceforth. As the chair stated in my opening statement, the discretion entrusted to this court will be exercised with a steady hand, liberal where justice permits, but exacting where fairness, due process, and the integrity of these proceedings demand. Consistent with that commitment, the court will strictly enforce the restraint required of counsel outside the courtroom, while ensuring that within the courtroom, counsel are afforded reasonable latitude to present their arguments, challenge rulings through proper channels, and advocate their respective causes fully and fairly. This discretion does
So yan po nag-warning na si Senator Chis Escudero. Ano naman, obvious naman po sa prosecution po yung kanyang wina-warningan dito. At hindi naman masyadong tinamaan doon yung defense team. Kasi nga, yung defense team ni BP Sara, yun yung madalas nagreklamo nga dahil sa mga side comment na ginagawa nitong prosecution. Ngayon, ang tanong na lang dito, ano ang gagawin ng impeachment court kung sakali na lumabag uli itong prosecution team? Kasi tama yung sinasabi ni Chis Escudero dito. Okay lang kung third party yung magsasalita tulad natin, tulad ng ibang vlogger, tulad ng ibang tao na nagbibigay ng opinion tungkol dito sa nangyayaring impeachment, kung ano yung napansin nila, ano yung observation natin. Okay lang yun kasi hindi naman tayo part ng impeachment court eh. Tayo ano lang, viewers, nagbibigay ng opinion. Pero kung ikaw ay parte ng prosecution team, parte ka ng defense team, nangangahulugan, parte ka ng impeachment court. So dapat nyong sumunod doon sa proper decorum kung paano yung, ano ba talaga yung nangyayari sa loob ng korte. Regular court, di ba? Napakatahimik, iniiwasan yung magkasagutan, iniiwasan yung magbibigay ng mga, alam niyo, mga negative reaction. Pero dito kasi yung nangyayari, dahil nga karamihan na nandun sa prosecution team, mga utak sympathizer ng NPA, So dinadala nila ngayon yung kanilang sistema dito sa impeachment court na more on propaganda. Eh, alam naman natin ang propaganda, eh, talagang kung ano yung unang marinig ng mga ng nanonood, yun po yung kanilang natatandaan. Kaya nga ginagawa rito ng mga sympathizer ng NPA, eh, ganun po. So inuunahan kaagad nila ng propaganda para kahit papaano, kahit alam nila kasi obvious na talagang wala naman silang nailalatag na matibay na ebidensya para sabihing guilty si Vice President Sara Duterte, bumabawi na lang sila dito sa propaganda para masabi or madungisan man lang si VP Sara para sa pagdating sa 2028, eh kahit papaano maka-damage sila at mabawasan nga yung boto ni VP Sara at kung sakasakali eh yung makakalaban niya sa magiging presidente, eh ay magkaroon po ng chance na magkaroon ng na maging presidente talunin itong si VP Sara. So, sa palagay po ba ninyo, sapat na po ba itong warning ni Chis Escudero na iwasan ang pagbibigay ng ah, mga remarks o opinion ng mga magkabilang panig para maiwasan nga yung sub judice rule. So, paki-comment down below po kung sa tingin po ninyo eh kulang pa ba or dapat bang maging mas higpitan pa ni Chis Escudero yung magiging parusa kung sakasakaling may lumabag nga po rito sa kanyang ibinigay na standard operating procedure dito sa impeachment court. So hanggang dito lang po muna. Maraming salamat po sa panonood. Ingat po kayo lagi. God bless.